an old line, usually pinned on the Greeks. A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they will never sit. Read it quickly and it sounds like a greeting card. Read it slowly and it's one of the hardest things a person can do. Because the man planting that tree gets nothing. Not the shade, not the fruit, not even the thanks. He'll be gone before the canopy closes. He digs the hole, he sets the root, he carries the water. For a summer afternoon he will never feel, enjoyed by someone he will never meet. Today, we talk about that man, because he is doing, with a shovel, the thing this whole show is about. Most of what the world rewards is the harvest, the visible move, the win you can point to, photograph, take credit for. And the world is built to pay you in that moment. Applause while you're still standing there to hear it. The tree pays none of that. The reward arrives after the man who earned it is gone. There is no moment where he collects. The work and the payoff are separated by a lifetime, and he commits anyway. So strip the reward away and look at what's left. No applause to chase, no credit to bank, no outcome he'll live to see. When you remove every selfish reason to do a thing, and the thing still gets done, what remains can only be love. The tree is proof of love precisely because there is nothing else it could be. That's the first lesson. The truest commitment is the one made for an outcome you will not be there to enjoy. Now the second one, which is harder. How do you know the tree was real? You don't take his word for it. You don't read his diary about how hard he worked, how much he sacrificed, how deeply he meant it. 100 years later, you walk out into the field and you stand in the shade, and the shade is either there or it isn't. The tree testifies for itself. Anyone can check it. The planner could have lied about everything else, his reasons, his effort, even his love, but he cannot lie a tree into existence. It grew or it didn't. That is the difference between a story and a proof. A story you have to trust. A tree you can stand under. One asks for your faith, the other survives without it. And notice, he had to plan it in advance. You cannot grow shade in the hour you need it. The afternoon arrives and the tree is either decades old or it is nothing. The constraint is set long before the day it's tested. You don't build the shelter during the storm. You don't grow the tree during the heat. Which brings us to the day. The father doing this is not always doing it with a tree. He's doing it with the rule he keeps when no one is watching, so that how we do things is already settled before his children ever face the choice. He's doing it with the habit he installs early, the boundary he holds when folding would be easier, the discipline he makes so boring and ordinary that it's load-bearing later when it has to be. He is laying down the structure in advance for an afternoon he may not see, to be enjoyed by people who will not remember he did it. And the best of what he leaves cannot be faked. It cannot be handed over as a number. He doesn't give his children a score to trust. He gives them something they can stand under and check for themselves. And if it holds whether or not he's there to defend it. That is the whole architecture, told with a shovel. Commit before the outcome. Build the constraint before the test. Leave proof that needs no one's word, not even yours. So to every father who planted something he will never sit under, we see the shade. We can check it. It's real. Enforcement precedes execution. Plant accordingly. This is not commentary. It is category formation.